This is Xav D'Amatos with Mr. Ludwig Kitzman.
Hello, everyone.
We're here to talk about Battlefield Hardline, the very under-wraps secretive game coming from EA later this year.
Whoa, is this video in itself a leak?
I think so, just like every other piece of media anyone has ever seen for this game.
So for those not in the know, Battlefield Hardline is a new Battlefield game. I played some of the multiplayer. I played 16 versus 16 modes and 2 of the competitive modes that they're putting in this game.
Well, let's go to what Battlefield Hardline is versus what people know from Battlefield. This isn't a military shooter.
That's right. It's being developed by Visceral Games, which did Dead Space. And this is more of a cops versus robbers setup. You can play as either the criminals or the police force, and you're both typically going after a bunch of cash.
Wait a minute, why are the police trying to steal the money?
Well, as you know, the police force is severely underfunded. Wait, no, that's not true at all. Never mind. Listen, this is a video game, okay? The police need to collect the money and put it into their vault for evidence purposes.
And they use that money to buy shoulder-fired rockets.
Of course.
You mentioned that you played 2 different modes. Let's go over them. What was the first one all about?
The first mode I'll discuss is called Heist. It's a little similar to Rush mode in the other Battlefield games. You, as the criminals, are going after a set number of vaults. You have to plant explosives, wait for them to explode, and then go after the money inside. As the police, you're trying to prevent this from happening. You're protecting those points, and you're also preventing the crooks from escaping with the money.
So what happens if the crooks actually get the money and they start to make their escape? How does that work?
Well, as it's a Battlefield game, you'll probably be jumping into a bunch of vehicles. They have a bunch of muscle cars and sports cars, helicopters, armored vehicles. All of these are available in these urban environments. I've only played 1 map so far, but from what I can tell, the reliance on vehicles is very much present in this game. The other mode is called Blood Money, and this one has a lot of interesting back and forth. Both the criminals and the police are going after a central stash of money. You can only carry up to $500,000. The more you carry at a time, obviously the more at risk you are. There's literally money falling out of you while you run with a bag of cash. Makes you a very appealing target. You're trying to get these back to your vaults. Whoever has the most money in their vault at the end of the round wins. However, you can also raid each other's vaults.
We've seen urban environments in Battlefield before, but does Battlefield Hardline use those urban environments in new ways?
Yes, it does. Obviously, you've got skyscrapers everywhere. You can use the elevators to reach higher floors or lower floors, depending on where your vault is. And in order to protect your vault from incoming vehicles, you can, for instance, raise bollards. Bollard is a really strange word, and I recently had to pick it up because this is the hot next-gen feature. Bollards, in case you weren't aware, are these short vertical posts raised in games like Watch Dogs and Battlefield Hardline.
Also, is that a grappling hook I see?
Yes, that is a grappling hook. It's one of the new pieces of equipment that allow you to ascend these skyscrapers in this urban environment in a quick fashion. That's a great way for snipers to get a better view, or for people who hate snipers to climb up and kill them from behind.
So I play a lot of Battlefield 4 and I'm used to my classes. Is that all changing for Hardline?
I think you'll be able to find a familiar groove even with this different kind of spin on Battlefield. There's the operator who is able to heal other players. There's the mechanic who's able to repair vehicles. The enforcer carries a lot of ammo and a lot of big guns. And of course the professional is the sniper.
So it's a new developer. Does this feel like a Battlefield game, or is this an off year for the franchise?
That's a good question, but I don't think we can answer it yet. I mean, clearly there are a lot of recognizable pieces of Battlefield in here. We've got the battle log, we've got squads, we've got vehicles, objective-based multiplayer, all of that stuff. But I think the more interesting question is, will this be the first Battlefield with a really solid single-player campaign? Visceral is also responsible for that component of the game, and I think they have a very good track record as far as single-player experiences go in the Dead Space franchise. And after that, of course, we have to look at the question of how does Battlefield Hardline stand up as a service? Will the servers fall down on day one? Yet to be determined.
Let's hope that's priority number 1 when Battlefield Hardline launches for consoles and PC on October 21st.
So you can activate bollards.
You can activate Balrog in this?
A bollard is a short vertical post, yes.
Okay, sure. But if you say that, I'm going to put a picture of Balrog on the screen. You can raise Balrogs from infancy to